The urgent need for investment in brain development for children in poverty. The well being of society rests on the shoulders of its youngest members, who represent its future. However, in communities across the globe, poverty affects millions of children, limiting their opportunities and potential. This inequality is not just a reflection of economic disparity, but also represents social injustice that demands our attention and action. The adversities and challenges faced by children living in poverty manifest in profound ways, particularly regarding their brain development. Neuroscientific research increasingly supports the connection between socioeconomic status and neurological growth, revealing that the struggles born out of poverty can lead to long lasting cognitive deficits. This highlights the urgent need for action to break the cycle of poverty affecting future generations. Without intervention, the nature of poverty can create an environment where children lack the resources and support necessary to thrive, creating a cycle again that can last for generations. Essential steps must be taken, including implementing early intervention programs, enhancing mental health resources, and ensuring equal access to quality education. By making these investments, we can foster healthier future generations equipped to navigate and contribute positively to society. Research shows that the experience of poverty can significantly impact children's neurological development. A study conducted by the National Institute of Health found that low income children exhibit reduced brain activity in areas associated with language and emotional processing. This reduction is neural activity, which indicates that these diminished capacities for critical skills are not only for academic success, but also for social interaction and emotional maturity. Furthermore, Evans and Kim emphasize that chronic stress caused by poverty exacerbates these neurological deficiencies, impacting children's self regulation abilities, coping strategies, which are crucial for academic and social functioning. Scientists have found that chronic stress associated with poverty increases cortisol levels, which can impede the development of neural connections essential for cognitive tasks. Additionally, poor nutrition affects brain plasticity, particularly in areas like the prefrontal cortex that are crucial for complex thought processes and self regulation. Early childhood is a critical period for brain growth, a time when foundational cognitive abilities are developed and personality traits begin to form. Adverse environmental factors like inadequate nutrition, exposure to violence, and lack of sensory experiences can all create barriers that hinder cognitive advancement. These barriers are compounded by a lack of parental engagement, which can emerge high stress situations where caregivers are preoccupied with survival needs rather than nurturing development. Research indicates that children living in impoverished neighborhoods are exposed to fewer enriching experiences, like engaging in conversations or educational play, all of which can lead to stunted cognitive and social development. Lack of stimulation results in fewer neural connections being formed, weakening the child's ability to develop language and social skills. Children raised in high stress environments may demonstrate difficulties in concentration and learning, which affects their academic performance and their ability to secure stable employment later in life. So, breaking the cycle is imperative. As community organizations, schools, and government entities collaborate to create supportive environments prioritizing children's cognitive and emotional needs, we can foster an atmosphere conducive to healthy brain development. In addition to environmental limitations, poverty subjects children to chronic stress, a significant factor that hinders brain development. The stress can trigger a fight or flight response, which alters brain chemistry and structure, affecting how children process information and interact socially. The Adverse Childhood Experiences study provides insight in how trauma alters brain architecture, leading to deficits in attention, memory, and emotional regulation. Research shows that these deficits manifest as behavioral problems, as weakened social skills, which hinder academic performance as well. Children exposed to chronic stress are more likely to experience heightened anxiety and difficulties focusing and learning. These disruptions are not only affect immediate academic achievement, but can also contribute to long-term mental health challenges as well. The impact of trauma on the brain development cannot be understated. Children who have experienced adverse childhood experiences often struggle with emotional regulations, leading to difficulties in forming relationships and functioning in academic settings. Again, these struggles can further alienate them from supportive networks, creating compounded effects on their overall development. Interventions that address these challenges are critical. Schools can integrate trauma-informed practices into their curriculum, ensuring they recognize and respond to signs of trauma in their students. This requires not just awareness, but also an actionable framework that educators can implement, creating a safe space for all students. Professional development for educators focused on mental health awareness can also be beneficial in creating supportive educational environments. Another critical factor influencing brain development is nutrition during early childhood, often again overlooked in discussions about poverty's impact. Malnutrition can have irreversible effects on cognitive function and physical growth, detrimentally limiting children's future potential. A study in the Philippines found that children who suffered from chronic malnutrition during early formative years scored significantly lower on cognitive tests compared to their adequately nourished peers. However, it is important to distinguish correlation from causation. Factors like stress and a lack of stimulating environments may also contribute to these deficits. Future research should consider how these intertwined effects to understand the most significant contributions to brain development impacts. Unfortunately, a lack of awareness about vital role of nutrition can leave caregivers without the knowledge or resources needed to provide adequate diets. This highlights the pressing need for improved access to nutritious food for low-income families. To bridge the nutrition gap, comprehensive strategies must be employed, including school-based meal programs and community nutritional initiatives aimed at educating parents. Educational campaigns can empower families to make healthier choices, supporting not just physical health but cognitive development as well. One initiative is the use of school-based programs that not only provides meals but also nutritional education. Studies have found that children participating in these programs exhibit improved cognitive functioning, better academic performance, and overall health. For example, an evaluation of the USDA's National School Lunch Program showed that children receiving well-balanced meals showed significant improvements in test scores in subjects like math and reading, tracing the direct benefits back to consistent access to healthy food. Maximizing government efficiency in food distribution, particularly during low-income periods like summer breaks when school meals are unavailable, is critical for ensuring that children do not experience lapse in nutrition. Collaboration between local governments, healthcare providers, and community organizations can facilitate nutritious food distributions while advocating for, eating healthy eating practices, fostering environments where children can thrive. Early intervention programs are essential for addressing developmental delays in children living in poverty. These initiatives have garnered considerable evidence of success, notably in programs like Head Start, which has proven effective in enhancing school readiness while providing various services, including health screenings, parental involvement, and educational enrichment. Such programs not only address gaps in education, but also actively promote family engagement and community relationships that are crucial for lasting change. For instance, a randomized control trial demonstrated that children who participated in Head Start showed improved cognitive skills and better emotional regulation compared to peers who did not participate. These children were less likely to require special educational service later in their academic careers, indicating that early intervention can lead to significant long-term benefits. These programs work by meeting children where they are, attending to their unique needs and surroundings, and then equipping them with the tools necessary for academic and social success. Investing in early intervention programs must be regarded as an opportunity for significant societal returns rather than merely an expenditure. By redirecting funds into these programs, we shift our focus towards preventing problems before they arise, ultimately reducing future costs associated with education, healthcare, and social services. Such programs require continuous support and funding to reach those who need them the most. By scaling these initiatives nationally and then integrating them into local communities, we can provide critical resources to vulnerable children, guiding them toward more promising trajectories. Giving them long-standing applications of early childhood development, committing to these initiatives can pave the way for breaking free from all the shackles of poverty, with empowered individuals contributing positively to society. Access to mental health services is crucial in mitigating the impacts of poverty on brain development. Many impoverished children suffer from mental health challenges, often a reflection of stressors associated with their socioeconomic status. Recognizing the mental health crisis as an integral component of addressing poverty can help facilitate conversations that normalize seeking help and reaching out for support. The integration of mental health services into primary health care for low-income families has shown significant efficiency. An analysis has shown that children with access to mental health services exhibited marked improvements in emotional and behavioral outcomes, underscoring the effectiveness of early intervention. Additionally, studies highlighting school-based mental health programs revealed that children who receive support in school settings have better academic outcomes and improved social skills compared to those without access to such services. Providing adequate mental health resources can serve as a stepping stone in building resilience and equipping children to confront the challenges of living in poverty. Research indicates that early access to mental health services can lead to improved academic performance, reduced behavioral issues, and enhanced overall well-being. Efforts must be concentrated on integrating mental health services within educational settings, ensuring that schools can act as a frontline resource for support. Creating partnerships between schools and mental health providers can ensure ongoing support for students, ultimately leading to a strong, more resilient generation. Training school staff to identify signs of mental health issues will empower educators to respond effectively, while fostering an environment where children feel safe discussing their circumstances. Increased funding for community mental health programs can help create support networks for family, ensuring that access to these resources does not become a barrier, but a bridge to well-being. The evidence illuminates the detrimental effects of poverty on brain development, necessitating a multi-phased approach to mitigate these consequences. By implementing early intervention programs, enhancing accessibility to mental health services, and ensuring educational equality or equity, we can help break the cycle of poverty and promote healthier future generations. The necessity for these changes is underscored by scientific data and humanitarian concerns. These inventions are not simply beneficial, rather they are vital. Investing in the brains and well-being of children in poverty is not only a matter of social justice, but also a matter of community upliftment, building resilient future leaders, and enhancing the betterment of society as a whole. The call to action is not merely just a social responsibility. It's actually a moral imperative that speaks to our collective humanity. The urgency to act is clear. The time to invest in the minds of our future is now. The future of our society depends on the actions we take today to support and nurture our most vulnerable members. In conclusion, we must strive to create a world where economic disparities do not translate into educational or developmental disadvantages, ensuring that all children are given the chance not just to survive, but to thrive. By recognizing the profound implications of poverty on brain development, it becomes our duty to advocate for change that addresses these inequities. We can take meaningful steps to ensure that every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. This commitment requires a societal effort, including government initiatives, community programs, and personal advocacies. Together, we have the power to change the trajectory of countless lives and forge a brighter future for all children.